Hi everybody, this is part one of the video tutorial on how to assemble your college and career iSearch project. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go step by step through the entire binder page by page, and I'm just going to show you everything that you need to include and what it needs to look like. And so as you're assembling it at home, you can watch this video, pause it, go back, whatever you need to do, and make sure that your final project ends up looking like this one. So first thing is just supply-wise, the things that you're going to need to be able to complete the project. You're going to need a good size binder that looks like this. One of these get 3 or 4 inches. Okay, and then you want to get one that has the little plastic covering over the front so that you can slip a piece of paper into there for your cover page. And you're also going to need these little sheet protectors. Okay, these little plastic things. You'll need a good number of those, probably 50, 60-ish, 70. It depends on the person and how many pages you end up having, because some of the projects are longer than others. You might want to go in with somebody in class and go in together and buy maybe a larger quantity in bulk, like at an office supply store or at Costco or something like that. It's a little bit cheaper that way to buy a larger quantity of them, and then you can kind of share them and split the cost. And then the other supply that you'll need will be the little stickers that you're going to use for labeling the pages. And again, you'll need 100 and some of those, and usually the packages they give you get like 1,000. So you can probably share those with some of your friends, classmates, and share the cost of those. Those are pretty inexpensive. So let's go ahead and get started with looking at the front cover here. So on the front cover, you've got the name of the university. You've got the logo of the university, some kind of graphic that represents it. And then she's also got an additional graphic here that's got the mascot, the Oregon Duck. But basically the name and the logo is what you need on the front. Notice she's using color ink here for her cover page. She's using the font of the university, and it looks professional. So you just want to kind of design it in a way that you think represents the university and sort of their style and that kind of thing, and colors and what have you. So if you can use color, a color printer, at least for this page, it definitely looks a lot better if you're able to do that. Notice she's got a little border here too of the green around it, which kind of gives it a nice effect as well. So that's all you need on the cover page. So opening up, this is the title page, and on the title page you're going to have, again, the logo of the university. You'll have the name of the university, and then you'll have your name, and then my name, and English 11, and College Career iSearch, and then the date that the project is due, which for you guys is December 7th. And so it's up to you how you want that to look, what size and what font, and how you want to space it out and everything. So you just want it to look nice and have a nice design for that page. So it's up to you how you want to design that and what you want it to look like. I want it to look nice and professional. Okay, so turning the page, on the back side of that first title page is a picture. Okay, a picture of yourself. And so this is kind of your opportunity to kind of personalize your project so that a person looking at your project, they connect your face and who you are with the project, so it's not so impersonal, gives it kind of a nice personal touch. So any picture will do. It doesn't have to be, this one happens to be a picture that she took at the university. She was able to go on a campus tour. But it could be just a casual picture of you just in your everyday life, or just a headshot, or however you want to do that. So that's what's going to go there. Notice she's got kind of a nice background for it. Okay, and then the next item is the table of contents. So notice she's got the heading at the top, table of contents, and then she's got all of the assignments listed in order. And there's a space, line space in between. She's got the little dot, dot, dot line that goes over to the page number that it's on, so that your eye can easily follow that across and get to the page number. So all of these assignments are listed on your grading sheet in order, so you want to go by that as a reference. They're also on the web page for our class. You can find them there. And notice with the page numbers that it's not just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because some of these documents are longer than a page. So your sections, for example, are multiple pages. So maybe don't put those numbers in until you've got everything in the binder in order, and then you can see what pages they actually do start on. So that's the beginning of her table of contents. It goes on to the back page here. Okay, and then hers goes a little bit on to a third page. So again, that'll vary a little bit depending on the person and how you kind of organize it and what it looks like. So that's the next part. So now you're actually getting to the assignments that are listed on that table of contents, and this is where you're going to start doing the page numbers. So the very first assignment is this introduction form with your parent's signature. That was the first assignment that we had. So that's the first thing there, and notice it's got the number 1 at the bottom. I would highly recommend that you don't write the page numbers in until you're done with everything and you're absolutely positive you've got everything. It's all in the right order. You're not missing anything. You're not going to change anything, because what you don't want to have happen is you go ahead and number all those pages and then you realize, ooh, I'm missing an article, or I want to add more to my section 4, and that's going to make it another page longer, which is going to mess everything up. So you want to make sure that you wait until you're absolutely certain, because it's a quick thing to do, but it's not fun to have to do it more than once. And same thing with your table of contents. Wait on entering those numbers in until you know where everything's going to fall in the project and what pages they're all going to be on. Okay, so that starts with page number 1, and then the back side of that is here. Okay, and then the next thing is a divider page that says sections 1 through 5 final drafts. So these are going to be the final drafts of your 5 sections, and also your annotated works cited page. Notice she's got a nice border around it, and she's got again the logo of the mascot there. So you want to think about a way to make that look nice and professional, have a nice design to it. So turning the page, you've got her final draft of section 1 starting there. Okay, and then you turn the page and her section 1 continues here. Okay, and then there's the rest of section 1. And then turning the page starts section 2 over here. And continuing on to its second page. And then turning the page, you've got her section 3 going there. Continuing. Okay, and then section 4, which is your research paper. Okay, section 4. Section 4, and section 4, okay? And then you've got section 5, which is your living document, your creative document, where you are kind of laying everything out for yourself about what you need to accomplish over the next 1.5 years or so, and when, and so whether it's a calendar or a timeline or however you decided to do that, you'll do your final draft of that here. If you did something more creative at home where maybe you painted it on the ceiling or on your bedroom door or something, then you would just include a photograph of what that looks like here. So then her section 5 continues on the back side there. Okay, and then you've got the final draft of the annotated works cited. Okay, so you want to go back and make sure with your works cited page that there are no errors in the formatting of your citations. So you want to follow the instructions that I gave you in class. I also gave you a packet on how to format those properly. You can also use easybib.com to get the citations formatted properly using MLA. And then the annotation is just the little paragraph that follows it about what type of information you find in that source. So you've got 6 of those entries, so that carries on to the next page here. Okay, and just a note about the final drafts. The final drafts are the most important part of the project, and so I really want you to take your rough drafts and really improve them, make them better, add more detail, make sure there's no errors, make sure that it reflects your best writing. They really should be showpieces and something that you're really proud of, so that when somebody looks at your project, that really reflects your best writing ability to this point. So definitely take the time with those final drafts to make those as strong as possible. And then that gets us up to the next section, which is the application. Notice we still have the page numbers at the bottom. Okay, so I asked you guys to include an application for your university. Okay, so she's got the application here. Notice that pretty much everything in the binder is separated out page by page, so that as you're looking through it, you can see everything. So as opposed to putting this all in one of these little sheet protectors where you'd have to pull it out to look at it all, she's got it divided out so as you're flipping through you can see it. Same thing with all the sections. Those are all split up into different pages so that you can look at it as you turn each page. So this is the application, and again, if you weren't able to find an application or you weren't able to retrieve one online, some of the universities it's really difficult to actually get a hard copy of the application, especially when their application window has closed and you're not applying right now. I do have the CSU kind of general application. I have copies of that in class, so you can get one of those from me and then include that. And at least it gives you an idea of what a college application looks like and what kinds of questions they ask and that kind of thing. Okay, then her next little divider page here is for her thank you notes. So again, she's using the same kind of design template for that. She's got the little page number labeled again. And then she's got copies of her 2 thank you notes that she wrote to the people who helped her with her project. Notice they're dated. She's signed at the bottom with her name below her signature, and she's got some good detail there. Here's her other one. Okay. And then that gets us up to the next section, which is the pre-writing materials. And that section is going to include all of the articles with the summaries and the different packets, like the Knowing Yourself packet and all that. So I'm going to pick up with this at this spot in the next video in part 2. So go ahead and open up that video and you'll be able to carry on from there with the instructions.